for Aoi. Momiji coming in. Second place last year in Sao Paulo. She's got it like that. She is so overdue for a win at this point, but today's just prelims. She's got to get to the finals first. What's it going to take here in the prelims? Is it going to be consistency, or do they have to go above and beyond and do winning type moves to get a top 3 spot? What are your thoughts?
I think it has to go above and beyond. I mean, these are the best of the year. The top 7 of the year are in this prelim, so you're gonna have to go pretty hard. Momiji's coming off that amazing Adidas part too.
What about the difference between having to skate the prelim versus pre-qualified straight to the final? Let's put us in tomorrow's mindset.
Yeah, I think it just depends who you are. I've talked to some people that, Yuto, for example, he thinks pre-qualifying into the finals is kind of a kiss of death. He never does well when he pre-qualifies, but when he has to qualify, he feels like he can catch a rhythm in. I always like to just be in there, but
just take the easiest path. I get
exactly.
it. 5.7 for Momiji, good enough for second. Next in from Japan, Funa Nakayama. She had a great 2024 season. She got 6th in Paris, 4th in San Diego, 3rd in Sydney, and then just missed the cut in Tokyo by 1. She's in almost every final. She's got the tricks, she has the consistency. It's just a matter of keeping it going here. Classic Funa. Oh, ollie down the stairs.
Boneless on the quarter pipe.
Was that planned, or did she think she was going to be done with her run and she still had time on the clock? Because that was kind of a fizzler of a finish, but.
Yeah, I mean, the front crook was definitely the ending of that.
She had a lot of great tricks in that run. The front blunt, the nose blunt, the front crook.
Yeah, skated both hubbas. Kind of made her way around the whole course, which I think is always a cool move to do. That nose blunt slide.
Trying to catch a 6.9. Close. 6.6. Skater to make 4 out of the 5 singles.
But it's kind of good, so it doesn't mean that Paige is out of it by any means.
Aoi Urimura in for her second run. The crowd is fired up. Let's see if she can withstand the pain. Starting strong with the backside lip slide down that 15 stair.
Solid run so far.
Aoi making it happen. Nice work.
Nice run under the circumstances.
All right, does the crowd influence the judging?
Nah, I think these judges are, they're so good at taking emotion out of it. I think they just score as is. And for Aoi, we know what she's capable of. Unfortunately, she took that slam, so she's kind of running at a solid 60%, I would say, of what she probably wanted.
Consistency can rule the day, though, where everybody else falls, trying harder tricks. They don't get 4 scores on the board, and you can beat them with a few average scores. Could happen.
That might be regular season, but I don't think that's going to happen at the Super Crown.
You're probably right.
Yeah. I personally wouldn't bank on that.
Right, right. It's a bad strategy.
Yeah.
You don't want to make all your tricks and not move on.
That would be the worst. You know, might as well go out trying. Especially, you're kind of behind the 8 ball here. But Aoi coming in with this front feeble down the 15 stair handrail.
7. New leader. Momiji. In. How's the back lip score versus the front lip? Obviously higher. How much higher?
I would say a lot higher. Just so much harder to go backwards, getting up and around.
Seems like an easy one for Momiji.
Yeah, she's so solid.
6.5. Great score for Momiji. She moves up into second. We're going to see a lot of movement on the leaderboard as skaters work their way towards posting 4 total scores. But you're just going to want to stay focused on those top 3. Funa Nakayama in. Front crook down the 15. That's going to be huge.
I think that's by far the best trick so far of the contest. Front crook. Locked in perfect. What I like about this rail is they made it round on the top. So it locks in like a round rail, but they have the bigger support beam for nose blunts and tail slides.
You called it, 7.8.
Really gap out too much because it's shorter. But if you go slow, you have to pop pretty high.
Aoi, backsmith. The crowd has a favorite, for sure. And Aoi's making it work. Okay, let's talk about this. You slam like that today, and you get back up and finish the contest. Then you wake up tomorrow. How's that?
That's tough, but I'm sure she has a great team around.
Momiji in.
Well, now that I say
that. She does that trick, though, better than almost anyone. She's always going to break that one out. If she can get a 6.8 like that, she might as well.
I kind of like how she exited off to the left. It means she was really in it. She was locked in, popped out a little bit.
The judges agree.
0.1.
Funa just trying to keep it going here. 2 great scores so far. 6.6 in the line section, 7.8 on her first single. She's got that pretty solid consistency. Crook. So she front crooked it, now back crooked it.
That was a great heel flip she did too.
In some ways, maybe she got the hard work out of the way early, and now she can just finish with her easier tricks and cruise on through into the top 3. We'll see.
I like that strategy, you know?
Locked in. Momiji Nishiya. All right. A 3.7 moves her into the top 3. 6.7 puts her in the lead. She gap 50'd it in her run. Now she gapped to 5.0.
Yeah, gap 5.0. You know, we get it. This is our first look at someone skating this hubba like that, so let's see what the judges think about it.
It is a far gap before you even get to that hubba. But like you said, it kind of shoots you into the ground. Lot to think about there. Judges earning their money here right now.
I think this is going to set the tone for not only the women's contest, but the men's prelims as well, 6.9. I think that scores really well. I think you 5-0 the handrail, it's definitely a couple points less than that.
So Momiji Nishiya in the lead. Coco Yoshizawa now in 4th place, but Funa is in. A 5.9 moves her into the lead. And we've seen that back lip score a 7. 3 or 4 times now.
I think the back lip, 6.5?
Oh, was that 6.5?
I think back Smith was 7.
Back Smith was 7.
Which makes sense.
Fair.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.5.
6.5, still good enough for 1st place for Funa. Momiji needs a 6.5 or better. Here we go. Oh! That's so clutch. Momiji sticking the Crook Nollie Heel. That score is going to be good enough to get her into the top 3. And now, Funa Nakayama is going to have to back that up with something.
Look at that Crook Nollie Heel. It flipped so slow, she went all the way down to the end of the bank.
Wow, and still made it look so cool because she had to just wait it out.
How amazing is that? She ended her video part with a Crook Nollie Heel. Now she's doing it in the Super Crown.
6.5. 8.8. There we go. Momiji moves into 3rd place with a 29.1 overall. She looked disappointed for half of a second and then shook it off, and she thinks, I'm going to the single trick section. Liz Akama in for her 2nd and final run here in the line section. She's so good at the big spins.
Yeah, she can scoop frontside big spins like people do backside big spins. Pretty cool to see.
Liz trying to claw her way out of 6th place. It's going to mean staying on and finishing strong. Oh, there we go. Front 180 nose grunt fakie, one of the few skaters not finishing on the 15 stair rail.
Yeah, she has the tech tricks, though. 180 nose grind. It's definitely solid to end your run. And that's it, I think. I feel like everybody in the contest landed the run they wanted.
Still a pretty wide range of scores. Judges being forced to give low scores even for great runs, because as we talk about, it all comes down to this. This is a Super Crown. You got to be the best. .9. Really great score for Liz. Still only good enough for 4th place. But she sets herself up for the single trick sections. And once we get towards the end, we'll get an idea who's really got a shot at taking it. Liz Akama getting it done frontside feeble. Yesterday, we saw the front feeble scoring 6.9, 7.
Yeah, yesterday I think it was a 7, but we did see a lot of them. You know, it's a good scoring trick, but a lot of people have done it in their lines, so.
Liz Akama trying to move into the top 3 from 4th. Oh, the barley grind back to forward down the 15. That's become one of her signature moves. She can break that trick out just about anywhere, but this rail, it's a big one.
Yeah, it's a long way to hold that barley grind. But did it perfect.
Needs a 7.4 to move into the lead. But once again, one of the first skaters to have 3 scores. See if he goes back to this hard flip. Bolts.
Perfect.
As a hard flipper, Sean,
I love the hard flips.
is it worth, could he creep up towards the club?
I don't think he's creeping up towards the club, but
Could be out.
be a pretty good score.
Okay. That's a big hard flip. 15 stairs. 8.3. Good enough for second. To win their group to guarantee their spot in. That is not the case here in Sao Paulo. Top 3 skaters overall from prelims will advance to the final. It doesn't matter what group you're in. Daiki, cat back tail, down to 15. Where does that stack up, you think, Sean?
Cab back tail. Let's see how he did it. Caught a little truck in there, but regardless, cab back tail down the big rails. Definitely gonna be a solid score. Probably not enough to catch the 9 club, but
close. 8.8.
8.8, yeah. 31.4. It's gonna be hard to hold.
Kaidi in for his first of 2 lines, starting out super strong. His technique on his flip tricks is a little wild, but when he lands them, they look great.
Yeah, he kind of just lets it fly and catches up to it later, but Kaidi's always good at runs.
Back over Crook.
Historically, kind of struggles in the best trick, but give him a 15-stair rail.
Heel flip back lip. Front board piggy. I mean, we saw, as you mentioned, UCI, he got it done. That's a best trick format. So he gets it done in the line section here.
Yeah, and UCI too, he kind of just attacked that middle rail. He didn't really go towards the hubbas, so I think he likes kind of that little mellower, longer style of rail, which is exactly what this course is offering. Look at that heel flip back lip.
Signature Kaidi move. Heel flip back lip. 9.1. 9.1. He's got to put down 3 of 5 singles. There we go. Heel flip back tail to fakie down the 15. Classic Kaidi.
I mean, he has that heel flip trigger. He did it perfect. And I know we saw Felipe Mota do it as well. Felipe went back to regular, which I think is a little bit harder. But still, should be an easy 9.
9.1. So that's bad news for Manny. But good news for the rest of us. What do you do to recover from that?
I mean, the same thing. He had it. I wouldn't change up much if I were him. He knows he can do that trick.
Yuto. Okay, signature Yuto, Nollie 270 backboard. Do you care to predict a score on that one?
In the club, 100%. And that's just such a hard, scary trick to do.
Even though we've seen him do that trick to nose slide now and 270 out of the nose slide, etc., it still holds up?
It still holds up. I mean, no one else does it.
Yep, 9.1, you're right. Great call.
I mean, it's kind of crazy, and just like that, he puts himself in a better position than most. Even with 2.
Famous for putting down a 9.4 on the kickflip front feeble back in 2022. She can get it done. Yumika Oda in for her first line.
Yumika, another one of those smart contest skaters. She knows how to put together a run. The points are all on that 15 stair, so you might as well keep going back to that. So the backflip, the front feeble already. Ending it on the kickflip down the gap.
And we talk about the pressure and the nerves. They can go either way. Nerves can hurt you or they can help you. The Japanese skaters seem to have it pretty well dialed.
First 2 in, we still haven't seen anyone fall yet. Kickflip back 50.
And that is a 15 stair rail. You talked about it being square, but.
Yeah, so they do have it rounded on the top, so it locks in like a round bar. 7.3, solid score, which is good for all the front feeble tricks. But that side is nice for tail slides and nose blunts as well. So I think it kind of caters to, I just don't like the dimensions of it. I think it's really mellow, so it kind of skates like an out flat bar, which makes it hard. I kind of have to have a lot of pop to get on it.
Yumika Oda trying to get out of 6th place. There we go, kickflip front board. Coco Yoshizawa got an 8.7 for the kickflip front board. Yumika coming through on her 3rd attempt.
And that was perfect.
Just trying to claw her way back into it. 8.7. It's a great start.
I don't know. I think she's pretty stuck on trying to get that one down.
Yumika Oda trying to get out of 6th place. An 8.7 moves her into 2nd. Oh! That's the trick that got Yumika the 9.4 back at the Jacksonville stop in 2022.
And that's the highest scoring trick ever in the women's Street League history, right?
Yes. So the question is, does she get back to that number or even higher? This is a bigger rail.
I think this rail is way scarier than the one in Jacksonville. Obviously, the level has risen over the years.
Regardless, it looks like Yumika will move into 2nd because that score is going to be huge. And then she'll set herself up for her last attempt and go for the win. 9.4, she does it again.
Ties her own record.
Oh, she was smiling at the end of that rail.
Yeah.
She knew it. That was great.
Once you lock in, you know you have it, and that was perfectly locked.
Yumika Oda coming off a 9.4. A 7.6 moves her into the lead. back over crook. Sean, one of your signature moves.
I love the backside over crook.
Down to 15. Heavy move.
Up and over, pinched, perfect. The celebration right after the rail.
Whew.
Yeah. You can tell too that rail might be a little tougher. Took a little bit for that overcrook to swivel in.
New leader, Yumika Oda with the 8.3, 33.7 overall score. Yumika Oda, kick flip, front feeble, monster, highest scoring trick. 9.4. Congratulations, Yumika Oda.
And the way she did it, so good.
Yesterday's #1 qualifiers from prelims, Coco, Yoshizawa. We did see a lot of backside lip slides, a lot of frontside feebles, and a lot of back smiths, kind of the tricks of the weekend. If anybody can step out beyond those tricks, I think they're gonna have a good chance at winning here.
Yeah, but in prelims, we saw a lot of those in single trick sections. I feel like they're going down in the lines right now, which is definitely heavy. I love that backsmith across the round flat bar.
And SLS rules say no repeats. You can't do a trick in the line section and do it again in the single trick section. Wow.
That's heavy.
Okay, we've seen 3 runs, no falls. Coco finishing huge on that line.
Yeah, this run had a lot of cool stuff. Coming up a little short on that back tail, but backsmith across the round flat bar and then ending it with the big spin front board down the rail.
So Japan coming through early, putting the pressure on the last 3 skaters to go. 8.1, that is a massive line score.
That is huge, but
to stack those points and set yourself up for a big finish. Coco Yoshizawa in. Okay, kickflip front board.
There we go.
How does that stack up against front feeble?
That's a lot scarier, a lot harder. Kickflip front board, she did it perfect.
Daiki Ikeda cheering her on. 8.7, that is a massive score.
Yeah, glad she's all right.
Coco Yoshizawa in a spot where she can take the lead right here. Wow! Wow, too clean. There's a lot happening there.
That's a lot of shove-its. Big spin front board, shove out, perfect. It's a 15-stair rail, Paul.
Yeah, that is heavy. I was looking down at that thing from up top earlier today. It's big time. Anything on it seems like it could be deadly, but that, good enough to join the club with a 9.2. New leader, Coco Yoshizawa. Right now, Japan is in the top 3. Coco Yoshizawa in 4th, trying to land on the podium at least. A 7.8 or better puts her on top. Flip front board. Let's compare kick flip front feeble to big flip front board.
That's the hard part about skating. It's so hard to compare those because so different. Big flip front board is it's a lot more tech. Obviously, flipping into a front board is easier than a front feeble, but to do that in this moment, it's definitely going into first. I just don't know how far into first.
Coco Yoshizawa moves into the lead. She won the Olympic gold medal. She might win the Super Crown. Same year.